Hey guys, I'm Hunter with Nelson Insurance. I'm going to walk over on how to become a trucking insurance agent. I'm going to run over education, finding leads, finding markets, and how to benefit at the end of the video, both you and the client the most out of this whole deal. Trucking insurance is one of the toughest insurance lines to get into because there's so many regulations and so much to know. But everybody wants to get into it because every policy is way bigger than every single other one. The average trucking counts anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000. It is not hard at all to find multi-million dollar accounts, couple $100,000 accounts. It takes a lot of personal line, home, and auto to sell to get up to something like that. So I'm gonna walk in and start walking you guys through the process on how to get started in this. All right, so the first deal with trucking insurance is getting to know the trucking industry, and there's filings and there's all sorts of stuff that is involved in this that is different than just your simple home and auto, where you just know their appetites and you just know the certain coverages here. So there's a little more that goes into it. Now, the first thing that I would do to go learn this type of stuff is gonna be the trip. If you guys are in the commercial space of insurance already, you're gonna know the National Alliance and you're gonna know ERMI. ERMI has got industry specific certificates that you can go look at, and then National Alliance is more of a maybe a line specific type of deal. But you can go in here, you can do $150 per course, and you got 5 courses. It's really not that bad. I got through it pretty quick here. But you're going to want to go in there and educate yourself. The other big thing is just going to be talking to your underwriters. So I didn't know about the trip before I started getting into trucking insurance. I knew about trucking from my father. My family's been in trucking, but just talking to underwriters, hey, I get this type of risk. How do I get in this stuff? Learning markets is pretty brutal, but understand the basics of what is a MS or what's a MCS 150, what's a MCS 90, what are federal filings, what's a Form E, what is all that type of stuff. So start getting into that. I will make another video on trucking terms. So you guys, if you guys don't know that stuff, start looking it up, and I can make a video on it. Well, that's some stuff you guys will want to study up on. Next thing's gonna be leads. How the heck do you bring in trucking leads? Trucking leads, honestly, I think are some of the easiest leads to be bringing in. You can go cold call. Hey, you're coming up for renewal. When you call them, you be talking to the owner just about every time because you got a lot of these guys running a onesie twosie um, truck show. So I would just recommend get hooked up with Carrier Software. You can buy leads per state. You can buy them nationwide, however the heck you want. But you can go in here, buy DOT leads. You can buy them per state. It'd be about like $45 a state. You'll be getting leads when they're coming up for their X state. You'll be getting guys that just applied for the authority. So you can be the first one to call them, say, hey, you need insurance, get your authority. You got 10 days until it's due. Let's go ahead and start getting some quotes rolling. And really, these guys got all sorts of different stuff. You can get the underwriting report, snapshot, market analysis. I've used this. You can kind of figure out what companies are doing filings so you know who's popular. The other big thing, well, this right at the bat is going to be bringing you guys a lot of the newer guys, a lot of the smaller guys. But if you guys are getting comfortable there, you can so go start getting fleets after a little bit, or you can probably get a lot of the onesie twosies here too. But join the your state association for trucking. That's just about every agent I've talked to and myself. That's where the big policies are coming from. That's where the big trucking companies are at because you're building that personal connection and going from there. But trucking association, buying leads, $45 a month for a state. It's dirt cheap. Go do this. Start calling on them. Just for example, you can get 10,000 leads in a state, no problem, for $45 a month. So this is how we get started in that sense. Next thing you guys gonna want to do is find the markets. Obviously, if you get the leads coming in, where the heck you gonna insure them at? So there are so many markets out there. I can't go through everybody, but you got some of the big guys like Century, Great West, AmTrust, Lancer. You guys are not getting them if you're just starting out. Not a chance. Century wants you to give your firstborn child. Great West wants 5 million in premium before they even look at you. Lancer's extremely hard to get. All those type of guys are tough. So I'll start with some of the easier guys. Kind of explain their market share, how they're looking, and you can go get an appointment with them pretty easily. Obviously, Progressive. Everybody knows Progressive. They run the trucking market. They are the largest trucking insurance company out there by a long shot. Got something like 46% of the market. And they're going to take all your new ventures and onesie twosies. I don't even know what percentage of the smaller guys are with them, but it is just about all of them. Berkshire is a extremely easy appointment, just like Progressive. You're gonna write way less with them. But they got a very broad appetite, so it's nice to have every once in a while. I do have a couple large accounts with them. Um, but they come to play every once in a while. It's just definitely not gonna be as much. Very easy appointment there. Cover will hand an appointment out like candy at the beginning. I believe now you may have to have a $5 million book. If that is the case, then you might have to wait a little bit. You can go get Cover Badger through Cover Whale through Cover Badger. Cover Badger is an MGA. You go quote them through the MGA system, and you're just going to get a 2% haircut on the commission. Cover Whale is an MGA itself, actually. So you get an MGA through an MGA. They're using companies like Trisura, Knight Specialty, Everspan, Accredited, Canopius, on and on. So a lot of non-admitted markets, they definitely can be competitive on stuff that's a little bit hairy or new ventures. But the MGA itself is a very easy appointment. Acuity is probably going to be the hardest appointment on this list that I'm giving here. Sometimes people have them just for the commercial sense. So if your agent's already got them, that's kind of why I threw them in here. Very competitive on any business that I believe is under 600 miles. I personally do not have Acuity myself, but I run into them quite a bit. Very good product, very good company. Very competitive on any trucking company under 600 miles, and I believe they do have a pretty broad appetite. Besides the fact of the mile radius, so Acuity will be another good one. And then you got brokerages here too. So I'll bring up a couple brokerages and how to submit some business there. Once you got your client on the phone, you're going to want to run through some questions with them. So this is my website here. Run through your quote. I have a quote application on my website. I complete it and then I go send it to my brokers. Some of the brokers, I won't pull them all up here just because I showed you the insurance companies. Brokers are going to be Amwins, RT Specialty, CRC, RPS. Pretty much any broker is going to have some trucking markets here for you. So go find your preferred broker, and you're going to want to send them a submission that looks something like this. Now, this is a new venture submission. So as of here, I have got, I'm not going to show you this because this is somebody's information, but as of in here, I have got a whole quote packet of everybody's information for the trucking insurance. I can get into that here too, but then you're going to want to give a description of what their situation is and provide as much detail for the insurance company or for the insurance broker. So I've got the submission name, effective date, the state, it's a submission. Insurance currently with Progressive. Loss runs are going to be on their way. MVR is going to be on their way if needed. The insured is with Progressive right now and has been for 8 months, insuring the truck, not actually hauling. So he's just been insuring his truck with very low limits. Now he's wanting to get started up. A lot of these brokerages don't allow you to shop midterm, but if it's with Progressive, they usually make an exception for it. So as I'm assuming, he's got very low limits. He's contracting with Amazon, giving some detail on the company here now. Here's where we're competing against 19,000. Once he bumped his coverage, they're going to give me a quote here very soon. This is with First Light Program Managers. So that was an example of what a submission looks like for a new venture. If you've got something that's been in business for a little bit, you got a fleet, things gonna be a little tougher. So they're gonna want a completed trucker's application. These guys do not take cord forms. I don't know why the trucking industry hates cord forms, but they hate them. So I showed you guys that my own application. If you can build your own application through JotForm or your website, great, you can do that. Otherwise, Amwins and some of these other guys will send you their own. Current plus 2 year loss run information. I don't know why they said 2. Usually, you're gonna want to send 3 years, 5 years if they're a fleet, or they've just been in business for 5 years. So you're always gonna send in loss runs no matter what. I personally use Loss Run Pro. You can go order the loss runs, find the old policy number on the Safer Business Search website, and then go order the loss runs to get them. MVRs, anybody and everybody is supposed to have their MVRs no matter what to stay compliant with the DOT. Tell them to send it to you. If they don't have it, order for them and charge them. This is not really true. They can definitely take you if you have 2 less experience, but you're gonna want to send in how many years of experience for CDL all drivers do have. You're gonna want IFTAs that have been in business. These are the taxable miles. So last 4 quarters or last year of IFTA miles. Usually truckers can get you that pretty easily. Financials, that's pretty rare. That's if it's a large fleet. That's if you got something crazy going on. But send it to your broker, find a broker, create a relationship with them, and get the job done. Lastly, here, let's say so now you've done that, you got in there, you sold the deal. You're gonna be keeping an eye out for COIs and the filings. Make sure filings are done on time. This is the MCS 90. This is proof of auto liability insurance that is sent to the FMCSA or the government to make sure that these guys are covered on the road. So if filings are not done in a timely manner or they're not done correctly, these guys will lose their authority and start back at square one, and you are going to be very hated here pretty quick. Then the next thing, the last thing here, you got a home base. How do you help your clients the best? 2 things: know the market better than they do, or the industry better than they do. So I get guys asking me all the time how to start their trucking company, how to lower their insurance rates, when do I get insurance, how do I find loads, what do I do there? Know the market. I can't really teach you guys all that stuff. There's a million things there for the trucking industry. Go watch YouTube videos on it. Know the trucking insurance or the trucking market, and then set up a couple referral partners. If I get a new venture, I can go, hey, I can get you set up with factoring. I can get you set up with a fuel card, and I can get you a discount at all. Hey, I got that. Go work with that for a load board. So go start getting loads here today. I've got a broker list in here, so they can go find brokers right away. I got risk management companies for my big guys, making sure that they're covered. Dash cams, lending, bonds, MVRs. Get a ecosystem set up for your truckers and do good work for them. That's about it. If you guys got questions, anything, let me know. Shoot me a comment below. Reach out to my email. I got no problem talking with agents and help them out. Trucking's my specialty, and I love doing it. Please like and subscribe. I am trying to help everybody out that I can. I just want here to educate. So the more you guys support me, the more I can support you guys. Thanks for watching.